Have you ever wondered if an old penny sitting in a forgotten coin jar could actually be one of the greatest hidden treasures in America? Most people never give a second thought to the pennies they receive as change every single day. And that could be the biggest mistake of their lives. Somewhere across the United States, incredibly rare wheat pennies are still hiding in old collections, family piggy banks, dresser drawers, and even pocket change, waiting for someone to recognize them before they're gone forever. In today's video, we're counting down 4 extraordinary wheat pennies that have captured the attention of serious collectors. One of these coins could completely change the way you look at every old penny you own. Stay with me until the very end, because the final coin has a story that surprises even experienced collectors. Welcome back to Hidden Coin Millions, where every day we uncover hidden treasures that many people spend without ever realizing their true collectible potential. Coin number 1. The moment you see a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark, don't be too quick to toss it back into a coin jar. At first glance, it may look like nothing more than an old brown penny that has spent decades changing hands across America. But that's exactly what makes stories like this so fascinating. Some of the most talked about wheat pennies began their journey as ordinary pocket change before collectors realized they possessed remarkable collectible appeal. If you have a 1952 with D wheat penny with a naturally aged dark brown reverse and an authentic old appearance, you could be holding a coin that deserves a much closer inspection before it disappears into circulation forever. The 1952 with D wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint during the final years of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, one of the most beloved coin collections in American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse proudly displays the classic wheat ears that Americans have recognized for generations. It is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving the coin its distinctive appearance that gradually transforms over the decades into beautiful brown shades as natural oxidation occurs. Every mark, every color change, and every sign of age tells a story that collectors love to study. One feature that captures attention is the rich dark brown layer across the reverse side. While natural toning alone does not automatically make a coin rare, collectors often appreciate original surfaces that have remained untouched for many decades. An authentic old appearance, combined with strong design details, a clear Denver D mint mark, and attractive original color can make a coin stand out among ordinary circulated examples. Experienced collectors carefully examine the wheat stalks, Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, rim quality, and overall preservation to determine whether the coin deserves special attention. The excitement surrounding the 1952 with D wheat penny comes from the challenge of finding examples that have survived with pleasing original surfaces and strong detail after more than 70 years. Millions were produced, yet only a much smaller number remain in collector-worthy condition with attractive eye appeal. That is why dedicated collectors continue searching through estate collections, old penny jars, inherited albums, and forgotten bankrolls, hoping to discover an outstanding survivor that has escaped damage, harsh cleaning, or excessive wear. As demand for classic Lincoln wheat pennies continues among collectors, well-preserved examples with appealing originality often receive far more attention than ordinary circulated coins. The combination of historical importance, classic American design, and collector enthusiasm keeps this series one of the most actively collected in the United States. Every year, new hobbyists begin assembling complete wheat penny collections, creating continued demand for attractive coins from every date and mint. For the example you described, a 1952 with D wheat penny with a dark brown reverse in old condition. You stated a market value of $125. 800th, I can't verify that this is the current market value because actual prices depend on authentication, grade, eye appeal, and recent auction results. If a coin were genuinely authenticated and determined to have exceptional collectible qualities, its value would depend on those factors rather than the date alone. If you own a 1952 with D wheat penny, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Even a gentle cleaning can permanently alter the original surface that collectors often value. Hold the coin only by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and, if you believe it has unusual characteristics or exceptional preservation, consider having it authenticated and professionally graded. Preserving originality is one of the best ways to maintain its collector appeal. This is exactly why checking every old wheat penny carefully can be so rewarding. What appears to be an ordinary piece of copper may actually be a fascinating survivor of American history, with qualities that attract serious collectors. Keep searching through old collections because remarkable discoveries still happen, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. If you enjoy uncovering hidden treasures from America's past, make sure you subscribe to Hidden Coin Millions. We bring you fresh videos every day featuring rare U.S. coins, fascinating collecting stories, and valuable tips to help you recognize coins that deserve a closer look before they're forgotten forever. Coin number 2. Now the suspense becomes even greater because the next coin is one that thousands of Americans may have seen without ever realizing its collector appeal. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark is often overlooked simply because it belongs to one of the final years of the famous wheat cent series. Yet experienced collectors know that age alone never tells the whole story. A coin with attractive originality, a pleasing appearance, and strong remaining detail can quickly become the center of attention when it surfaces after decades of being hidden away. If you have one resting inside an old coin album, inherited collection, or forgotten jar, today may be the day you decide to examine it much more carefully. The 1957 with D wheat penny was produced at the Denver Mint, only 2 years before the wheat reverse design was replaced forever by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Because of that, many collectors enjoy completing the final dates of the classic wheat penny series. Every authentic 1957D represents a small piece of American history that circulated during an era of tremendous economic growth, making it a fascinating collectible for both experienced numismatists and beginners alike. Like other Lincoln wheat cents of the period, the coin was struck from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it the warm copper appearance that gradually changes over time. The natural aging process often creates different shades of brown, red-brown, or darker toning depending on how the coin was stored throughout its lifetime. Your example is described as having a gray layer on the reverse side with a beautiful overall appearance and very fine condition, creating a distinctive look that many collectors enjoy when the surfaces remain original and untouched. One of the first details specialists examine is the crisp D mint mark beneath the date, along with the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the wheat ears, lettering, rim, and overall strike quality. In a very fine condition, much of the original design remains clearly visible while still displaying the honest signs of circulation that tell the story of a coin that has survived for generations. Every remaining detail adds character and reminds collectors that this small copper coin has witnessed decades of American history. Although millions of 1957 with D wheat pennies were originally produced, Collector demand focuses on examples that have exceptional eye appeal, original surfaces, and strong preservation. Finding attractive coins that escaped harsh cleaning, corrosion, or damage becomes increasingly challenging as the years pass. That continuing search is one reason the Lincoln Wheat series remains among the most actively collected coin series in the United States. Enthusiasts continue searching estate collections, family keepsakes, old bank rolls, and forgotten penny jars, hoping to discover an outstanding survivor that has been overlooked for decades. The combination of historical significance, the final years of the wheat reverse design, and attractive preservation gives coins like this lasting interest within the collecting community. Every authentic example encourages collectors to look more closely because subtle differences in condition, originality, strike quality, and eye appeal can make a remarkable difference in desirability. That excitement keeps the hunt alive, and it is why so many people still inspect every old wheat penny before spending it. For the coin you described, a 1957 with D wheat penny with a grey reverse layer, beautiful appearance, and very fine condition, you provided a value of $118. I can't confirm that this is the current market value because actual prices depend on professional authentication, grading, rarity, eye appeal, and recent auction results. Any real sale price must be supported by those factors rather than the date alone. If you happen to discover a 1957 with D wheat penny that appears unusually well preserved or has attractive original surfaces, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning can permanently reduce collector appeal. Instead, hold the coin only by its edges, place it in a protective holder, and consider having it evaluated by a reputable grading service if you believe it has exceptional qualities. Preserving its originality is often one of the most important steps a collector can take. This remarkable wheat penny reminds us that extraordinary discoveries don't always come from famous rarities. Sometimes they are hidden in plain sight, quietly waiting for someone with a careful eye to recognize their collectible importance. That possibility is exactly what makes the search so exciting and keeps collectors checking every old penny they find. If you enjoy uncovering America's hidden coin treasures, don't forget to subscribe to Hidden Coin Millions. We upload fresh videos every day featuring rare U.S. coins, collecting secrets, fascinating history, and expert tips to help you recognize coins that deserve a second look before they disappear back into circulation. Coin number 3. As we move deeper into today's countdown, the excitement reaches another level because this next wheat penny proves that appearances can be deceiving. At first glance, a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark may seem like an ordinary coin that has spent decades in circulation. Its brown toning, scattered black spots, and worn surfaces might cause many people to ignore it without a second thought. But experienced collectors know that every old wheat penny deserves a careful inspection before it is dismissed. Sometimes the most interesting discoveries begin with coins that look completely ordinary. The year 1946 marked an important period in American history. World War II had ended, and the United States was entering a new era of rebuilding and economic growth. During that historic time, millions of Lincoln wheat pennies continued circulating across the country, passing through grocery stores, banks, businesses, and family hands. Every surviving 1946 wheat penny represents a genuine piece of post-war American history, making it an attractive addition to many collections today. This coin was struck without a mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's oldest operating mint. Like other wheat pennies of the era, it was made from 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, giving it the familiar copper color that naturally changes over decades. Exposure to air, humidity, storage conditions, and circulation often creates different shades of brown, chocolate toning, darker areas, and occasional black spotting. These color changes tell the story of the coin's long journey through American history. Your example features brown spots, a noticeable black dot, additional black and brown toning on the reverse side, and circulated condition. While natural toning or spotting alone does not make a coin rare, many collectors appreciate coins that still display authentic, untouched surfaces rather than ones that have been cleaned or artificially altered. Collectors carefully inspect the wheat ears, Lincoln's portrait, lettering, rim, and overall eye appeal to determine whether the coin retains attractive originality. One reason Lincoln wheat pennies remain among America's favorite collectible coins is their lasting popularity. Millions of collectors continue building complete date and mint collections, searching for coins with pleasing originality and honest wear. Although many 1,946 pennies entered circulation, far fewer remain today, with attractive natural surfaces and collector appeal. As older collections are rediscovered, exceptional examples continue attracting attention within the numismatic community. Every experienced collector understands that condition plays a major role in determining desirability. A circulated coin that still displays clear details, original color, and no harsh cleaning can be much more appealing than one with damaged surfaces. That's why careful examination is so important. What seems like an ordinary penny today could reveal characteristics that make it worth further professional evaluation. For the 1,946 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, brown and black spotting, and circulated condition that you described, you provided a value of $138. I can't verify that this is the current market value because real market prices depend on authentication, professional grading, eye appeal, and actual auction results. The date alone does not establish a coin's value. If you discover a 1,946 wheat penny that appears unusual or especially attractive, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Cleaning can permanently reduce its collector appeal. Instead, handle the coin carefully by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider professional authentication if you believe it has exceptional characteristics. Preserving the coin's originality is one of the best ways to protect its long-term collectible interest. The story of the 1,946 Lincoln wheat penny reminds us why coin collecting continues to fascinate millions of Americans. Hidden inside old collections, forgotten jars, estate boxes, and family keepsakes are coins that connect us directly to history. Every wheat penny has its own journey, and sometimes the next exciting discovery is already waiting inside your own collection. If you enjoy discovering hidden American coin treasures, be sure to subscribe to Hidden Coin Millions. We upload fresh videos every day featuring rare U.S. coins, collector insights, historical stories, and expert tips to help you recognize coins that deserve a closer look before they disappear back into circulation. Coin number 4. Now we've reached the final coin in today's countdown, and this is the one many collectors find especially fascinating. The 1,936 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark comes from an earlier era of the famous wheat cent series, making it a coin that naturally attracts attention from collectors who appreciate pre-World War II American coinage. At first glance, the gray toning and scattered black dots may simply look like signs of age, but experienced numismatists know that every older wheat penny deserves a careful examination. Sometimes a coin's true collectible appeal is hidden beneath decades of natural aging. The 1,936 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which used no mint mark during that year. It represents a remarkable period in American history when the country was emerging from the Great Depression. Millions of these pennies circulated through businesses, neighborhoods, farms, and households across the nation, becoming part of everyday life for countless Americans. Every surviving example carries a connection to that important chapter of U.S. history, which is one reason the Lincoln Wheat series remains one of the most collected coin series in the country. Like other wheat pennies of the era, the coin was struck from 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. Over many decades, the copper surface naturally develops different colors depending on storage conditions, humidity, handling, and circulation. Your example is described as having a gray layer with black dots and an extra fine condition. While natural toning or spotting alone does not determine rarity, collectors often appreciate coins that still retain original, untouched surfaces. Originality is one of the qualities that many experienced collectors carefully evaluate when deciding whether a coin deserves further attention. The extra fine condition makes this example particularly interesting because much of the original design detail can still remain visible. Lincoln's portrait often shows strong hair detail. The wheat ears, on the reverse, remain well defined, and much of the lettering and rim can stay crisp despite years of circulation. Collectors carefully examine strike quality, remaining detail, surface preservation, and eye appeal to determine how desirable an individual coin may be compared with others of the same date. Although large numbers of 1,936 wheat pennies were originally produced, the passage of nearly 90 years has naturally reduced the number of attractive surviving examples. Many coins were heavily worn, damaged, cleaned, or lost over time. Because of this, collectors continue searching estate collections, inherited albums, old cash boxes, and forgotten coin jars for original examples that still display appealing preservation. That ongoing demand helps keep classic Lincoln wheat pennies among the most widely collected U.S. coins. The excitement surrounding older wheat pennies comes not only from their age, but also from their historical significance and enduring popularity. Every year, new collectors begin assembling complete Lincoln wheat cent collections, increasing interest in attractive examples from the 1930s and 1940s. That lasting enthusiasm is why so many people continue checking every old penny they encounter rather than spending it without a second glance. For the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, gray layer, black dots, and extra fine condition that you described, you provided a value of $182. I can't verify that this is the current market value because actual values depend on professional authentication, grading, originality, eye appeal, and recent auction sales. A coin's true market price is determined by those factors rather than its date alone. If you discover an older wheat penny that appears especially well preserved, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Even light cleaning can permanently affect the original surface that collectors often value. Handle the coin only by its edges, store it in a proper coin holder, and consider professional authentication if you believe it has unusual characteristics or exceptional preservation. Protecting the coin's originality is one of the most important steps any collector can take. With that, we've reached the end of today's countdown of 4 fascinating Lincoln wheat pennies. Each one reminds us that America's pocket change carries a rich history, and sometimes the most interesting collectibles are the coins people overlook every day. Whether you're searching through an inherited collection, an old coin album, or a forgotten jar of pennies, take your time and inspect every wheat penny carefully. You never know what piece of history you might uncover. Thank you for watching Hidden Coin Millions. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we upload fresh videos every day featuring rare US coins, collector discoveries, hidden treasures, and expert tips to help you recognize coins that deserve a closer look. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and happy treasure hunting.